Supreme Court ruling legalizing such unions. Davis has been trying to get the justices to overturn a lower court order that she pay $360,000 in damages and lawyer fees.
The Supreme Court also agreed today to decide whether states can continue to count ballots after Election Day. A handful of Democrats joined Republicans last night in advancing a bill to end the 41-day-old government shutdown. Among them, New Hampshire's Jean Shaheen. She tells CBS Mornings,
keeping the government shut down for another week or another month doesn't indicate that there would be any change in the outcome. All it would mean is that more Americans would suffer.
CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns is on Capitol Hill.
Ro Khanna, a congressman from California, a prominent one, said that Chuck Schumer should resign because of this. California Governor Gavin Newsom called this a betrayal.
Full Senate and House would have to vote before the president could act on the measure. There are over 4,000 delays and cancellations at the airport so far today, many at Newark Liberty.
For travelers like Aaron, all these delays and cancellations, a bit more than they can take.
I came into New York for a weekend with my daughter, celebrating her 19th birthday. We had a great time.
Well, that's good.
And then we tried to fly out last night. We went on different flights because she went back to college. She got out about 3 hours late. My flight got delayed, and finally got canceled.
Wait, you've been here all night?
Yeah.
He's trying to get home to Portland, may end up into San Francisco and driving the rest of the way. Glenn Schuck for CBS News, Newark Liberty Airport.
President Trump is set to host Syria's new leader, a former al-Qaeda operative, at the White House next hour. Correspondent Liz Palmer.
There will be an event for the cameras where al-Shara is expected to sign to the U.S.-led global coalition to defeat ISIS. It's a chance for al-Shara to further distance himself from radical Islamists.
A former French leader's been sprung. Here's CBS's Vicky Barker.
A car with police escort pulled out of La Santé prison in Paris a little while ago, believed to be carrying Nicolas Sarkozy. The former French president released just weeks into a 5-year sentence for conspiring to raise illegal campaign funds from Libya. Sarkozy granted early release while he appeals his conviction.
Dow's up 194. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plan started just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Welcome into the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot. I have two beautiful guests in today, as Brian reminded me early. But first of all, I want to say thank you, Nicole. You and Brandon have been really gracious, and I'm very grateful for your support of First Shot over the last, 7-8 years. But I really appreciate that, and to your family, because I know they've been a part of that decision. But welcome in Nicole and Addison Burks. Championship.
Yes, sir.
So
Exciting.
we're gonna kind of go back to junior high a little bit, Addison.
Okay.
You had to make a decision back then.
I did.
Because you were a very talented softball player,
Yes.
basketball player,
Yes.
and volleyball player. And a lot of people don't, you know, when they see the specialization of in sports, you had to make a tough decision
I did. Yes.
because you could have honestly played college softball.
Yeah. I agree.
So what position did you play? And
I played shortstop, and I did a little bit of pitching when I played softball. Yeah.
so when you were growing up, which sport was your favorite?
Well, my mom obviously was my coach, in middle school, and I had a pretty kind of bad injury in softball, and it kind of just changed my perspective of how I looked at the sport. So volleyball was definitely the one for me.
So, again, when you got into playing in junior high, did you know the position you were going to play?
No, I didn't. I played all positions at that time.
So, as you're growing up, going into high school, why did you choose to be a libero?
I think it fits my personality very well. I think I'm a very loud, like, commanding person. I have a lot of energy, and I love to just do it for my teammates. And I think that it's a really, like, selfless role being a libero. So I feel like it.
So explain that, because a lot of people, like I didn't even know one, and I played volleyball in the off season to stay in shape in college.
It's fun.
And a lot of my teammates did. So that's my second favorite sport to watch.
Yes.
After basketball, obviously. But talk about what that position, what skills you need to be a good libero.
I think you need to have a lot of quick reaction timing. And I think you have to understand, like, the role that you're playing, because you don't really get all, like, the, shine. I feel like all the hitters get a lot of the credit. But you do a really big role on the team.
So I think it's probably one of the most important roles.
I
see,
agree.
like, I love being a setter because it fit my point guard mentality.
Yes.
Right? So we all have certain gifts.
Yeah.
I never really understood the libero position. So why for you to choose her to put in that position, Coach?
Yeah, I think even myself, I mean, I was a 6 rotation player in high school, but defense was definitely my specialty as I transitioned to college. I was the defensive specialist, and I think she was probably 2 or 3 years old in the yard and growing up, and I was passing with her, just always tossing balls, and she just had a tremendous passing skill set, just her platform and the way she passed. And so in 6th grade, it was a natural fit for her. But I agree with Addison. I think, volleyball, everything starts with a pass. So you're really the, forefront of how everything begins, passing. And I think just her personality, like she said, she kind of runs that defense back there and has really since middle school. So
it's amazing to me when I watch it now. I can say that's a very average setter or a great setter. Or a very average libero versus a great one. And it's the same for every position.
Right.
So when you look at it, it's selfless. That position to me, when I watch it, and the ones that really get after it.
Yes.
I think you have to have aggressive personality.
Yes,
you do,
for sure.
I tell people that all the time. I think both really, but I think the libero position is a personality trait. It is. I think when you wear that jersey, you are commanding the back row, and you are a leader. Really, the whole time. There's only 3 girls that pass every single time, every single play. Those 3 girls are the same girls, and I do that. That position requires it's physical. It's vocal. You have to be a tremendous leader. And I think you really have to encourage everybody around you. And I think setting much the same way, it's selfless as well. But I think Addison really runs our defense in the back. And then our setter up front, Bailey Culpepper, really runs our offense. But both those positions are, I think you have to have really strong people in both of those positions to be very successful. on the team.
Coach, I'm going to go to you. You coached this group in junior high.
I did.
So when did you know that they were going to be a special group of young ladies? Because they stayed together.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen.
It
Let's just be honest.
Right.
The portal's happening in high school too.
Right. I'll be honest with you. 6th grade. I'll be honest, really. Addison Burks and Anna Clay Shirley both started as 6th graders. But even when Anna Clay's sister was playing Ellie, that class would be peppering in between timeouts of the high school team. And they were in the 5th grade, and they would be out there trying to steal any moment that they could to pepper in between matches. And so
explain
I think
pepper to the. So I get what it is, but explain.
just passing the ball around and
bump set hit.
Yeah, bump set hitting. It's just a little warm up technique that you do to get started. And even in 5th grade, before they were even on the team, they were out there, getting touches. And so Addison and Anna Clay's 6th grade year, we ended up winning the middle school district championship with them as 6th graders. And then 7th and 8th grade, we also won 2 more district championships with this class in middle school. 1 year undefeated in middle school, I think 1 year with 1 loss and the other year with 1 loss. So really their entire middle school season, I actually think they just had 2 losses in 3 years.
So when you start looking at this journey, Addison, explain to the audience that's listening what makes you make all these sacrifices.
I just think that I've always been passionate for volleyball, and it's been my whole life since 5th grade. So I think I've just really worked. I put in so much time and effort to really be the best. I've really tried to reach my full potential in the sport, and I still have a lot more room to growth. But I think it's been a great 7 years at MTCS, high school volleyball.
So talk about a little bit freshman year in high school. You guys made it every year. So freshman year, didn't quite get there. What did that feel like? What did that make you feel like you had to do?
I think freshman year we were kind of a little bit underdogs. I don't think that was really our year to win it. We kind of got lucky to make it where we did, I feel like. But sophomore year, junior year, we really had a good shot, and we came really short. We were right there. I think that made all of us really want it even more this year.
So what was the feeling your junior year when you thought you could have won it and you didn't?
Yeah.
Explain that feeling.
It was terrible. I think we all just came back this year really hungry and just wanting it even more. It was terrible, honestly, losing those 3 years. So I think it makes it even so surreal. I won it my senior year.
So my question, do you hate losing more than you like winning?
I hate losing. I'm really competitive. All I do, I just try to win everything I do. Yeah.
So for you, all 4 years, Coach, what did that feel like? Where did you know, or when did you think that we should have gotten that one, first one? Because it gets really competitive.
Yeah, it does. It does. Both teams, freshman year, I'm with Addison. We had a great group, but it was the first time MTCS had ever been to a Final Four at the freshman year. And we kind of did it, like she said, we had to go to Memphis and win 1-5, and then went to Silverdale 1-3 to kind of come back to MTCS for the state. So I think that freshman year it was excited to be there, right?
Yeah.
You've just never been there before. BGA had a tremendous team that year, very similar to the team that we had this year. They have been together, for years, and they won it that year. And then, sophomore year, we were really close. We lost 2 5-set matches back to back. That's when the format was a little different. You actually played back to back. So we had about 20 minutes in between that sophomore year, and we played for, I think, almost 5 hours. It was long. Really close that year. That was the year PCA went on to win it. And then last year, I felt like we really had a good chance last year. We just came up, a little short. We dropped that first match to Good Pasture to start the day. And then again, the format was a little bit different that year. Played late junior year to start that match, and just, we just weren't our best then. And so I think this year to see the girls really, and it was instant. I mean, it was like in June, like, we're winning this thing. I mean, it was it was like first day of practice. I think they had been there, and I think that experience of being there, and each 3 years were different in their own way of how we lost. And it's just like, they just came in June, and it was just, they had one goal in mind.
You know what I hear and what I see, and it's the same teams that kind of have built a culture.
Yes,
so
very much so.
Obviously, you have the rival in town PCA, but you have some other ones too.
Oh yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Talk about those, Addison. What team do you just really get hyped to go play?
Well, this year definitely BJ FRA. BJ is always a contender in the state. They've been there like every year, I feel like.
Yes.
Then FRA was really good this year. We had a really hard district. We got third in district actually this year. We lost by 2 points in the fifth set, the semis, and then, going from that to winning state's pretty, it's crazy.
I think it
honestly.
shows the grit, really.
Yeah.
Our district is so competitive. Addison's
in our
right.
region, yeah.
The middle region is so competitive.
We're going to really get into this as we go, but there's been a rise of volleyball in Middle Tennessee, especially.
Yes.
And I saw it, Nicole, about 7-8 years ago, and here's how I knew. I used to get in that junior high age girls at first shot, and all of a sudden, about fifth grade, 10 years old, I started seeing the shift that there's not as many
That's interesting.
Yeah.
girls playing basketball around. So, and then I saw the volleyball, which I was connected to.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
The rise of it.
Yes.
So you knew where,
That's
I
right.
mean, because you only have so much time as a parent.
That's right.
Right? And you got to choose. Talk about, from your perspective as a coach, I know when we were the last 2 years, we would make a courtesy call to the high school coach to say, hey, we're going to recruit Addison Burks, right? That would be it. Is there anything we'd stay in touch, but we really invested in the club or the AAU coaches.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they had them more than the high school coach had them.
Yes.
So what's your perspective of club and travel volleyball, and what makes it good and what's bad about it?
I think there's so much good. The training is really just the good, right? Addison will begin actually club practices tomorrow, but she's training 3 nights a week on her craft, really year round. Really, I would say from November through July. Addison's club team has been fortunate the last several years to compete at a really high level nationally. So they finished nationals in Dallas last year in July. So she's really practicing, a significant amount of the year, 3 days a week at a really high level. Most of her teammates are Division I, signees as well. But that is where the recruitment is really nowadays, is in club. You have these big national tournaments that coaches attend, and they are all on the sidelines and they're watching you play in club season. And I think that even goes back to just some of her composure is, we played in a tournament in Orlando last year, and there were probably 25 Division I coaches on the sideline watching them play, and just being able to really play through that and stay composed. And but that's really where girls today are getting recruited, is in the club environment at these larger tournaments. And you have some local tournaments as well, that you'll have, coaches at, but the larger tournaments, the national tournaments, are where kids are getting recruited.
So, Addison, when you say you're working on your craft, a lot of people will say this coach in basketball is the shooting coach. This is the ball handling coach, right? And
sure.
The bottom line, if you can't teach it all, you probably shouldn't be in it. But that's just my opinion.
No, I know what you mean.
But I think there's bad and AAU because they're not doing what you're saying, right? It's just we're gathering people in, we're flying them in to play at this tournament. There's no real skill development, no real offense and defensive sets being taught. But it seems to be a little different in volleyball.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's very
volleyball
different.
is, I mean, this group that the team that Addison's been with, they've been together for several
time.
years now. Same group of kids. You know, this is
Yeah.
probably the third year of the same kids. But Addison has a tremendous coach, Jeff Wismer, who's coached her the last 3 years in club, who was a former collegiate coach. As well, and he does coach it all skills,
all positions,
but she does a lot of private lessons and
I do
training and
So
practice. If you want to speak to that,
What skills are you working on that you feel like you have to improve to get yourself ready to be a star player at middle?
Definitely the speed. The speed at college is definitely a little bit different. I think high school speed's nowhere near, club volleyball speed. I think just the speed, honestly, that's really what I need to get adjusted to. And just, serve, receive, defense, just faster moves,
when you're
reading.
training at practice, what are you training on when you're at practice?
Oh, just serve, receive, and defense, honestly. Just reading balls, it's different every time, honestly.
Well, I mean, you have to be well-rounded,
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
for sure.
And here's what always gets me, and I know the frustration that fans sometimes feel on a serve.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to be
of conversation.
right.
It is.
I know what you're fixing to
You're
say.
never going to be perfect.
Right.
No.
Right? It's like missing a foul shot. People ask, how can you miss a foul shot? No one's in front of you. Right? But there's no one perfect in foul shooting either. So talk about the serve. What goes through your mind as you're serving the ball?
I always get back there and I do my same routine, and then I just take a deep breath, and then I just go. I think in our state championship, we only served one serve out. And I think that's really a big difference maker. I think you really have to win the volleyball game at the serve and pass. I think that's really how you win it.
So when you say side out,
yes,
explain it to the people out there because they don't know all these terms.
Yeah, that's basically when you get a pass off a serve receive, and then the setter sets it to the hitter, and then the hitter puts it away right off the serve. So, yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break and be right back with Addison and Nicole Burks.
Don't miss the Rick Burgess Show weekdays 11 to 2 here on News Radio WGNS.
The Rick Burgess Show, weekdays 11 to 2 on News Radio WGNS.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
It's the most magical day of the year, and you can watch it all live. Big G TV is where Christmas comes to life with coverage of the Murfreesboro Parade, Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Brought to you by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Woodfin Funeral Chapels. See every float, every smile, and the moment Santa arrives on Big G TV. Streaming at wgnsradio.com/parade.
Sign-ups are going on right now for First Shot's Winter Basketball League in Rutherford County. Coach Andy Herzer guides kids to sharpen basketball skills and build teamwork through exciting clinics and games. Since 2003, First Shot has empowered youth to grow in mind, spirit, and body. Don't miss out. Join the fun and develop lifelong skills. Visit FirstShotTN.org today and register for the Winter Basketball League. That's FirstShotTN.org.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by America Pest Control, Old National Bank, and the law offices of John Day.
Friends? Yes. The financial partners whom you've built a relationship with at Old National Bank are still at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard location, right here in the borough. And so are the warm, homemade cookies.
Cookies are ready, dear.
Like Grandma used to make. If you need online and mobile banking, Murfreesboro's Old National Bank does that too. You and Old National Bank, better together.
Old National Bank at 2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
Now, WGNS Good Neighbor Events. West Side Story continues at the Center for the Arts at 110 West College Street, just off the Murfreesboro Square. And it's time to sign up for the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade. You can sign up right now through December the 5th. This year's Christmas Parade theme, A Sweet Christmas. Again, the deadline to sign up, December the 5th. Get in touch with Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department. Don't forget Nourish Food Bank needs your support. Nourish Food Bank's at 1809 Memorial Boulevard, right behind Reeves Sane Drugstore. Now don't forget the Arts and Crafts Fest, as well as the United Women of Faith Bake Sale, this Saturday from 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon at First United Methodist Church, across from the Tennessee Miller Coliseum. Don't throw away Old Glory. Bring your tattered American flag to WGNS and let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity. Plus, we also recycle Bibles. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
Partial sunshine develops here this afternoon. We'll see high into the upper 30s. Tonight, mostly clear skies develop, a low around 21. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the WGNS Rutherford Weather Center. Currently, it's 31.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, MTE has provided light, comfort, and connection to our community since 1936. As your trusted energy advisor, MTE is always here to help. Connect online or download the My MTE app.
A look at the news, views, politics, sports, and people that are shaping Rutherford County. Listen each weekday morning at 9 o'clock for the Roundtable here on News Radio WGNS. This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot. And again, if anyone out there is listening, we have our Basketball Winter League sign-ups going on for ages 5 to 14, boys and girls. You can go to firstshottn.org and sign up. Welcome back in, y'all. We were talking about serving, and I was making an analogy about the foul line for a basketball player. I think serving is a whole lot harder because there's a whole lot more moving parts. Talk about that, Nicole, and what you think you have to have.
Yeah, I think Addison mentioned it earlier, but, we missed one serve the entire state championship match, which is just almost unheard of.
Yeah.
But I think, when you're serving, a lot of people don't know, but you're serving zones of a court, specific areas you want to serve to for different reasons.
So how many different zones are there?
It can be, it depends on the coach.
On your coach,
It depends on the coach and how you want to break out the court specifically. Most often it's 6, but it kind of goes counterclockwise. So I won't show that here on the court. But our players, a coach is calling a zone to serve to. You'll see if you're ever watching a volleyball match, you'll see a coach give that server a signal, and you want to serve into that zone. And it may be that you feel like you have a weak defender back there. Do you want to kind of go that direction? Or oftentimes we may want to serve in a particular zone so that a particular hitter cannot get set. So I think this team this year, we were tremendous from the service line. I think any coach will tell you being able to win the serve and pass game. Our serve receivers being able to serve well so we can run our offense. But serving in those zones that you want to serve in can really put pressure on a team. And that's one thing that we were so successful at this year was serving. We served the ball so well.
When you talk about serving, do you guys break it down? This girl has a 95% serving ratio. Is there a ratio?
There are stats for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, there are stats and ways to see those things, or if you are watching film, if you're watching an opponent's film, to kind of pick up on those cues and that percentages for sure.
So when you look at that, what percentage server? Because you're having to make your mind up as a coach. In your rotation, when does she come out? When does she go in? What are you looking for percentage-wise?
For ours?
Yeah.
Or for our kid? Oh, gosh, we serve the ball so well. It's, really, it's the zones. Being able to really hit the zone. Yes. Yeah. I think most girls at this age can serve the ball well. I think we were talking about a free throw shooter, but we had a kid that came in this year for us rotationally. She was a serving specialist. And that's happening more and more in the college game. You're seeing some kids come in and just their one job is just to serve. And so I think it's really hitting those zones. It's important.
Okay, we put Addison in just to serve. How hold it so they understand. How long do they have to stay out there before you can rotate them back out? Can you rotate them right out after they serve?
Right, like it's a point.
Once you lose the point.
Yeah, once you lose the point, that person would come back out. Right. You have a certain amount of substitutions you can do in a match, but typically, so it's as soon as that serve was out or ended, that person would come back off.
So, Addison, we're going to kind of focus a little bit on your recruitment. Okay. And and what you had to do. Here you are in this playing these travel weekend games.
Yeah.
Matches. How many matches in a weekend would you play with travel volleyball?
Normally it's 2-day tournaments, so I play up to probably 6 matches. It depends on how many games we won and how far we made it. But
so we start looking at typically 6 to 8 matches, probably. Right. So for you, when did you start doing the YouTube and the videos and?
Definitely since probably my sophomore. Yeah, 15, 16th year, I think. Because that's really around the time you really get recruited, 16th year, I feel like. But for me, it ended up being a little bit later just because of Tennessee recruiting. Normally, colleges go after the Texas. Texas is the hotbed of volleyball. And so it makes it harder for Tennessee kids to get recruited at a high level.
You can't really be spoken to till the junior in between.
Same as it wasn't when I was in college.
Right. Yes.
Right. We can make that first call their junior year, waiting on July 1st to hit. I don't know what the date was.
Yes.
But so when you're breaking this film down, what does it look like? Because I told you guys off air, we'd get 20 videos, highlight films, which I always told people you can make anybody look good in a highlight film.
Yeah, you can.
So how do they, as a coach, do you put, I guess, just highlights, or do you put a whole series just where they watch you for one match?
Yeah, obviously I just put my best, digs and my best serve receive balls in the film. But I really I extend the clip a little longer than most kids probably do just to show my emotion. Because I really do get fired up after my hitter makes a good play, obviously. So I think as a libero, it's hard to get recruited just in general. But really having good emotion, I feel like that's a really good character trait to have. If I was a college coach, that's what I would look for in a libero.
So looking at your recruiting process, your junior year ends, right? You start getting recruited.
Yeah.
How did you decide who to send it to? Because you're sending it to specific coaches.
Yeah, I wanted to play at the highest level I could. I really targeted like the, higher D1, that's what I was aiming for. And then if that didn't work out, obviously I would, go lower and, but I was really just targeting those schools.
I think casting a wide net.
Yeah, like
early on.
Good variety of schools.
If I had advice for, the youngers, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Casting a wide net to start.
So here you are, a team of about, 8 to 10 girls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 10.
Are they
10.
all doing this?
Yes.
Yeah, most of them.
So when do you have time? I mean, I'm to enjoy it, the journey.
Yeah, I normally do it after club tournaments end, like the drive back from, wherever we're coming from, Georgia to like Indiana, or the flight back. I really like to watch my games like right when it ends, especially like high school state. Like I went back and I watched like every single game.
Watched it the night
of. I just like to watch my own film. I think that's how I get better as a player.
I would agree with that. I think she's very much a student of the game.
Yeah,
she watches.
I watch film all day during school. Yeah.
But her dedication. I mean, we would be on a flight home from a tournament, and she would be clipping her film in the seat next to me on the airplane.
Yeah.
To send it out. The goal is to compete on the weekend, and then you really wanted to send that film really on Tuesday, as you're preparing for the next tournament, because you want that coach to come see you. So it's pretty intense, and you've got to be dedicated to
when is the window? I mean, it's so changed in basketball. We used to have a window, we called it the July period, the September period. We had a spring period. When is the window for volleyball coaches able to come see you in these tournaments, Addison?
There's different.
January. Probably January to like, what do you think?
Really January to all the way through July, but they have certain dead periods of that time.
Kind of like in May.
Right. There's quiet periods, they call it, in NCAA, where they cannot come watch you in those tournaments. But the large ones, the national, like the Orlandos and the Indianapolis and the big ones, those big tournaments are done, obviously not during the quiet time.
So Addison, you went on how many different visits?
3.
So let's talk about all 3 of the schools that you went on. Give us those 3 schools.
Obviously MTSU. I went to North Texas, and then I went to Radford. So, yeah.
Okay, so now you're talking all the schools. Like when I was in the Big South coaching at UNC Asheville, Radford was a really good athletic program.
Yes.
They've had them good forever. What did you like about Radisson? What didn't you like about Radford?
I really liked the school at Radford. I thought it was really pretty there, and I just didn't think the location was very good. It was there's no direct flight there, so it was like a straight 7-hour drive from here, and I couldn't really do that. Same with North Texas, which obviously North Texas is probably a little bit better of a conference than Middle's in, but it was still a 2-hour flight there and back. Every time I have to come home and stuff, so it was just.
It was great. I think the flight, the thought process too of just having to get on a plane and go there. They were great. Both staffs.
No, they were great.
Super.
Yeah. I had great
3
experiences.
different levels.
I know it is.
Kind of had the American conference, and Conference USA and American are really the same.
Yeah.
Give kind of a pecking order. You have the Power 4. Do you have the Big East in there as a power conference or not?
Yeah, I think the Big East is right there. I would say American and Conference USA.
Conference USA is really competitive. They're pretty equal.
Now, is it heavy where Conference USA has got 4 or 5 schools, or all of them really competitive?
I mean, they've all been pretty, really competitive. I mean, you've got some, a little bit lower at the bottom, but I mean, it's been a pretty competitive. Western Kentucky's kind of been the dominant of that conference in volleyball.
Yeah.
For the last few years, but there's some teams coming in right behind them, and then the 2026 recruiting class for middle for Addison's age group, there are some extremely talented kids in that class. So I think we're excited to be a part of that next class come into middle for sure.
So you look at it. You're done with really volleyball, but you already just said, and I asked your dad this, are you going to start middle in the fall? I mean, the spring. And he goes, no, they want them to stay and do club because they get more time, you get better. So, again, tell me, what is the season shorter now for you? What will club volleyball look like? It starts practice now. Your games, your matches will be in.
Yeah, it basically starts now, and then it'll end kind of end of April. It's a much shorter season just because you're 18s, and this year really prepares like you for college. I think it's an important year, and I think me staying and playing club's gonna help me a lot. Like just Coach Jeff's training, I think really it helps. So. Well,
I think it helps that you have a great club teacher.
Yes.
So I think coaches should be teachers, and that's just my opinion. And I understand he's a really good teacher of the game. So what have you learned from him over the last 3 or 4 seasons? Just
I don't even know. So much.
So you can think, have you had bad coaches before?
She's really been with Jeff the last 3 years.
Probably when I was younger, I probably had a few that were just not great. But I think Coach Jeff really cares, and he really just tries to make you like the best version of like yourself as a player. And obviously he'll get like mad, but I think it's because he expects more out of some players than others. So I think that he really just pushes us to be our best, and I'm really like appreciative of him.
I think we get so soft in America that you can't get on somebody to challenge them.
Yeah.
I mean, how does anybody get better? Is through challenges.
Exactly.
I mean,
You have to be hard on your players. Sometimes it's hard even for me. Like I've had moments where it's just too much sometimes, but then I look on it like the other way, and he's just trying to make me the best player, and you have to be hard on your athletes.
I mean, you grew up in a household of 2 coaches.
I know.
I mean,
yes.
they got to be. They're critiquing you too.
Yes, they are. I know. I've grown up on it.
I think any high-level athlete wants to be coached, and wants to be the best version of themselves, for sure. And I think just the training in that year-round environment, and I think in those club environments too, you're just being challenged at a very high level. We played a team during our run in the Final Four where they had a D1 commit that had committed to ETSU, a great player, Darby Feltz, and her dad is the coach there as well. And I think for Addison, she sees that every weekend. It wasn't a surprise for her to see a player like that, really all the time. And so I think it even prepared her in that moment, even in the state tournament, to go up against a player like that and just be able to really handle it well. So, yeah.
So we're going to take our final break and be right back with Addison and Nicole Burks.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
It's the most magical day of the year, and you can watch it all live. Big G TV is where Christmas comes to life with coverage of the Murfreesboro Parade, Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Brought to you by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Woodfin Funeral Chapels. See every float, every smile, and the moment Santa arrives on Big G TV. Streaming at wgnsradio.com/parade.
Sign-ups are going on right now for First Shot's Winter Basketball League in Rutherford County. Coach Andy Herzer guides kids to sharpen basketball skills and build teamwork through exciting clinics and games. Since 2003, First Shot has empowered youth to grow in mind, spirit, and body. Don't miss out. Join the fun and develop lifelong skills. Visit FirstShotTN.org today and register for the Winter Basketball League. That's FirstShotTN.org.
Well, yeah, I'll be right there.
takes all of us to power a community, both in plain sight and behind the scenes. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
I've been helping people from Murfreesboro for over 30 years and spent a lot of time there over the years.
We love Murfreesboro. We have lots of friends down there. We've partnered with Middle Tennessee State.
And we found more and more people asking for our services, and at some point it just made sense to open up an office there for the convenience of the citizens of the community and the surrounding areas.
We wanted to actually physically be present there and not just going there a lot.
Local farmers, local meats, vegetables, and other produce at the Winter Spring Rutherford County Farmers Market.
Bundle up and make your way every Friday at Lane Agri Park.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the movies.
Check out what's showing at murfreesboromovies.com. Popcorn popped fresh daily.
Movies at the good old
Premier 6 on Broad in Jackson Heights.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot, and two of my prettiest guests I've ever had. And you know, we were talking about your recruitment. And so now, why did you choose Middle?
I think that the coaching, I really love each and every one of the coaches there. And the girls are just, so sweet. I think that really helps you feel welcome when you're going to a new college, because it's a big change. I think that they really made the experience for me.
Well, at the end of the day, you just saved your parents a whole lot of flight and travel. Listen,
that's right.
I mean, because you think about
on a plane.
You think about it, Radford, you're driving because there is no good way from here to get there.
North Texas
So now you're just talking hours of what you're going to be away, and you're still going to coach.
Yes.
So now that kind of makes it a little bit easier for you to get to see your daughter play.
Yes.
When you look at Middle and where they can get, where's the ceiling for volleyball at Middle Tennessee State?
I think there's a really good opportunity for us to get much better in these next few years.
Yes.
We have a lot of good, I think, recruits coming in. I feel like it's going to really help, turn it around. Because obviously they got new coaches this year. So this year's, it's a lot of, change and experience and stuff. So, yeah.
So you look at it. So the number one thing is still the number one thing. When people choose a school because of coaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. They've just been tremendous. Coach Keckler came in, really, I mean, it wasn't right after she was hired, came and watched Addison play back-to-back travel tournaments. And I agree with you. I think it's coaches and it's people. And she was just tremendous. The whole staff, Coach Aaron and Coach Sarah, were just great. And I think they're going to do something special there. Even Addison had to attend, of course, a camp this summer. And they have a 2027 player as well that has already verbally committed, and she's tremendous. So I think this next little bit, you're going to see a lot of talent come in there.
So I look and watch Big Ten
volleyball,
SEC volleyball.
Yeah.
I look at the stands, and it's amazing to me. Packed houses.
Yes.
You talk Nebraska, 100,000.
Yes.
So the explosion and exposure of college women's volleyball is at an all-time high.
Yes.
So
for sure.
What's it like going to a Middle volleyball game? Are we close? Are we doing the things we need to get people out to see Addison play?
Yeah, I think so.
They've had good crowds.
Yeah, I would say we attended a match there a few weeks ago, and it seems like each one is getting bigger and bigger each time. And I think you're going to see Coach Keckler get out in this community, really in this next little bit. And I think it's going to be neat. And I think there's something special about her being a hometown, kid and a state champion kid who played here, and
got to play the championship game like at middle, so
Well-
it's special.
Yeah.
Again, for the dance team and cheerleaders, they love it. You know,
Yeah.
because my granddaughter's now on the dance team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
great.
tailgating and we're going to the
Yeah.
Yes.
men's and women's basketball games, right? We're
Sweet.
supporting our granddaughter.
Yeah.
She's excited about they're going to get to do the volleyball. She's never done that before. So they're
Yes.
starting to,
Yeah.
again, I think,
I agree.
shift to, right?
Yeah, and I think that environment there, even being in the AMG, is kind of neat. Like it's
It
kind
is.
of, rowdy, and it's a little small, and
Can
that's
get loud.
It
does.
can get loud.
It does.
And the cheerleaders were there.
Yeah, the band.
The band has been there. So I think there's exciting things ahead there.
I'm just so glad that their focus is just isn't on a couple of 2-3 sports.
Yeah.
That they broaden it.
Yes.
Because back when I was coaching, going to the volleyball games, it was just the fans.
Right.
So they had none of that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that they're doing those things to promote it
Yeah.
and to create excitement.
No, I think so too. I think it's going to be great.
Your perspective in the recruiting and you mentioned all 3 staffs were really wonderful. What were some of the positives you saw at Radford for you and Brandon? What did you guys think? And
I think small environment. I think Radford was a little smaller. So and you're when you're going on a official recruiting visit like that, I mean, it's all day, right? I mean, you remember, I mean, it's an 8 to 5 day. You're meeting everyone. I mean, admissions and counselors and staff and weight room, and I mean, it's all of it. So I think Radford had a neat town environment and kind of that feel, small community. And then I think North Texas was right polar opposite, right? It was large. Denton is
Big school,
very large town, right outside of Dallas, big
kind of
facilities,
urban.
big school. But they were tremendous as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it was the same thing. I mean, we were on a clock, on a schedule, in a meeting, and met everyone from the top to, weight room people, just everybody. So just differences in that, in size. And then I think, middle, same way. I mean, Coach Sarah, the assistant there, Addison actually was able to come back both days. And she just took so much time with us, took us through every building, even on the second day, bringing Addison back. Hey, what more do you want to see? We met with, academics over there as well.
Yeah.
It was just so warm, I think, at middle. And just, like you said, I think it's always so much about the people. And I think middle just really, for both of us, all of us, just felt like the right fit.
Yeah.
so you look at it, what do you want to accomplish your freshman year? What would be hey, it's time to brag on yourself. It's okay to right? Say, I want to start. I want to be a part of it, right?
Yeah, I just want to have a starting role, whatever that is. I'm going to work for that. So, yeah, just to start in whatever way.
So you look at their schedule. What does the schedule look like for a middle? Are they playing the Vanderbilts?
They have not this season.
They
I
can't
don't know if that would
pre-conference play.
Yeah, I
They
don't
play.
know if that would come in the future. They have not yet historically. Of course, then Vanderbilt just got their program, official this year.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of travel.
Yeah, you're traveling all over the place.
The Conference USA is a great conference.
It is.
But it is a lot of travel. I mean, they were just in Miami.
They're New Mexico State.
Yeah,
They're everywhere.
They were in Miami this past weekend.
Miami, yeah.
Was that an attraction for you? The travel of it?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be really fun just to see new places and stuff. Because obviously I'm staying home, so I'll just need to it'd be fun to go new places too.
Well, I always figured I've been in a lot of states because of coaching and coaching college.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a lot of states because we saw the hotel and the gym. I don't know how much that's seeing it. I don't know what a volleyball weekend looks like, but hopefully you'll get to experience some of those things, Addison. And again, just amazing to me to see you've grown up. Because you were in first shot as a little,
I know,
little
I
5-year-old.
was. I remember.
All right?
I remember. Yes.
Yeah, and your personality hasn't changed
Yeah.
because you were an aggressive 5-year-old.
Yes.
And so this is part of your nature.
Yeah.
Right? So talk about, at the end of the day, what do you want to get out of your college career?
I think just, trying to make the most of it. Obviously being a, Division I athlete is going to be hard. I'm not going to have, just like the social life that most girls would have, in the college world. But I think just really making the most of my experience and just being a part of a team. I think I love having like just a team to be a part of, because you're really close. I mean, you spend all your time with these girls. So I think I'm excited for that.
So does volleyball do they still have hours they can only, like when we were coaching, you only had 20 hours you could practice. And that was including tape and everything else, and then a day off. So a little bit different than what's going to, or no, does that happen for volleyball?
I would say she's probably playing more right now, honestly. I mean, we just, high school season started in June. Of course, she was in Dallas up through that time. So she literally came out of Dallas right into high school. Now she's right into club starting tomorrow, which will end in really the 1st of May. So there may be a little more,
more
flexibility
free time.
or off, maybe, especially in the spring as far as competition goes. I think right now, I think a lot of people would feel like high school and club is almost like completely year round. But I do know that there's variances on those times that they can practice and stuff in college.
So next for you, coming back, you've lost a lot, Nicole. You've lost a lot. I know. How do you rebuild at Middle Tennessee Christian?
Yeah, I think, this class, I think, is one that, I say kind of a unicorn, right? Like you said, those girls had been together since 6th grade, all the way through, had all been at MTCS. That's so rare to have a group stay the whole time. But we do have a great group coming back. Maddie Derrick Grubb started as freshman, and this year, and she's back, and Elise White, and our serving specialist who served, and we have a lot of kids that play club in the group behind Addison's group. So I mean, there's girls in there that have experience, that have played, and are really talented. So I mean, I'm excited to see their growth, and and they're a competitive group. So I mean, I think it'll be fun. There's a lot of experience behind this group too. So
it's amazing. So who in your league next year looks good? Who you're going to have to beat to get to state?
Yeah, I think it's always the same. It's been the same group ones. Historically. Yeah. It's us, PCA, BGA, and then FRA had a tremendous year this year. Franklin Christian has a good team coming back this year as well. They were young, new to the district, but a lot of kids playing club over there in that market as well. So it's always that same group, right? And I don't think there's a team graduating 6 as a whole. Like we did this year. But there's others that lose, starting kids and stuff as well. But those 4 teams are historically the same group every year.
So you look at it, your group stayed together. There wasn't a whole lot of recruitment coming in. You're not out recruiting like some are, right? I mean, everybody.
Very organic group who'd been together since middle school.
So when you look at that, is that a thing of the past, Nicole, that are you going to have to get out and kind of see some junior high kids in Rutherford County and say, hey, to be competitive, to stay competitive, or you think Middle Tennessee has enough coming in that you're going to be okay?
I do. I mean, we've got a really great group of girls. Like I said, we've got a lot of girls that have played or are playing club that are in our program, that have been in our program really since middle school. And then the class behind Addison, I actually coached when Addison was in 8th grade. I coached that group in 7th and 6th grade, her 8th grade year. So I've got those kids still. So, I mean, I think we've got, a great group. So, I don't, feel that, that way, like I said.
I mean, it's just so strange to me. I hear that, you have everybody, even in the public schools, are recruiting kids to come to play for them now. I guess it's just so foreign to me.
Different market.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And I had this discussion the other day. We have Division I players in every sport but men's basketball right now. We have no real high major players coming out. They're all being recruited away to go play to all these private schools, right? And so I look at it. Are they trying to recruit your girls too?
No, I mean, I'm not
aware of it.
Of that. Like I said, I mean, every kid that we've had at MTCS, or even the ones, I mean, they've been there. Like I said, I think that's what made Addison's group so special, is it was such an organic development of that, and you don't always see that anymore, right? Just having a group that had been together really since middle school, and then seeing them go all the way through and win a state championship, and even as competitive as they were, those 4 Final Fours in a row. So I think there's something really neat to that, to having the kids that are in your school, that want to be at your school, right? That want to be at Middle Tennessee Christian. That
Put on the
it.
jersey.
That love it.
I mean, I'm almost 50 years removed from high school.
Yeah.
I remember my freshman year getting that varsity jersey to put on my back. How special that was, and to see my name.
Oh yeah, and I think the development too. Like, I think for me, seeing like the development of those kids, right, where you had a kid so young, and then you watch them have this success. Like you said, we had a kid that came in and just served in the semifinal match, right? Freshman kid, doesn't play, a ton, but her number was called, and she came in and served, and I looked at her and I was like, "Can you serve? Are you ready?" She's like, "I'm ready," and she got in and served, and that's all she did in the semifinal match. But she'll never forget that moment of winning the state championship, with this team.
Being a part
of it, and getting to experience that with this upper class, group. So I think there's really something special about, having these kids in your program and then watching them grow through the program is really neat.
And I look back, and your husband and I are very close, and being every month checking in, how's Addison doing, what's going on. You start looking at it, Addison, and you've turned into this really special young woman.
Thank you.
And it's been fun for me to watch. So again, I want to thank you both for coming on the show. And next year when you're playing at Middle, we're going to have you come back on.
Okay.
All
That'd be
right.
fun.
Great.
So again, I'm Andy Herzer, and I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Roundtable.
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.